y'all. Welcome to another episode of Ask Becky. I am your host, Becky. Got my little bowl of questions. And keep submitting them, by the way. I'm just gonna keep adding to it. Okay. Oh, I know which one this is. From one gardener to another. If white people's skin tasted like vanilla, and black people's skin tasted like chocolate, and everyone else in between was some sweet treat version of their skin color, caramel, cafe mocha, etc., do you think people would date based on flavor? By the way, you'd be cinnamon flavored because of your freckles. That's so cute that I would be cinnamon because of my freckles. Like cinnamon sugar, I think I would be. Yeah, I think people totally would. I mean, people date now based on preferences, like skin color, like appearances, personality, stuff like that. So yeah, why would flavor be any different? It would be interesting though, like if you ended up with somebody that you loved, but you didn't like what they tasted like. Would we be like licking each other too? I definitely have some follow-up questions on that one. Number 2, what's your go-to munchies? What's your favorite munchies? Honestly, it just depends on what's around. But typically, and like right now I just eat what I would normally snack on. I had cheese too. But I really, really, really love sweet and savory, sweet and salty. So that's my go-to. Peanut butter and chocolate. A good roll with cinnamon butter. Oh my god. That I love those. I could like Texas Roadhouse rolls, for example. But my mom makes these bangin' dinner rolls, and she makes the honey cinnamon butter, and I legit keep feeding them into my mouth on a conveyor belt like Garfield eats lasagnas. So yeah, sweet and salty. Lately, I've been digging the puffin corn butter flavor. If y'all have never had that, it tastes just like butter popcorn. So I take a little handful of that, little handful of M&Ms, mix it around, eat it. It's delicious. I also love a good high chew candy or those little mamba things, but definitely the high chews. I love those. Skeeter always had a candy drawer, and I always had some high chews in there, and he would get them for me too because he knew when I was high I would want my high chews. I really just love fruity stuff. I also really love carrot sticks with ranch or peanut butter. I like the actual carrots chopped up into carrot sticks way better than baby carrots, and they do taste different. Y'all can fight me on it. Regular carrots reign supreme, and I'm sorry, Skeeter, because he fucking hated carrots. He called them cocksucking carrots, and yeah, I fucking love cocksucking carrots. And I've been eating them more because he's not here to shame me. But yeah, so cocksucking carrots dipped in homemade ranch dressing is really good. And I also love a good apple dipped in peanut butter. Those are my go-to munchies. Anything cheesy too, like a cheesy popcorn, that munchie mix that they have the little mini Doritos and little mini pretzels. Anything cheesy is usually a good munch. I don't remember what question I'm on already, so we're just gonna go with question number 3. Do scarecrows move when everyone's asleep? I fucking hope not. But chances are they probably do. And it's probably because of the wind. Do y'all remember the story, the scary stories to tell in the dark? I remember 3rd grade. If y'all went to school with me, you'll remember this. We went to Camp Moorheart, 3rd grade, and there was a room. The lights were out. We were sitting on the beds. We were telling scary stories. And I gotta tell you, y'all, I was a fucking pussy, and I had to walk out to the other room because I was getting too scared. Because, like I said, I feel shit deeply, and the shit scares me. I love it. I fucking love it. It's so unexplainable, but it freaks me out. So in 3rd grade, that was the era of these Alvin Schwartz or whatever the dude's name was books. And I'm pretty sure there was a scarecrow story, and it involved, maybe it wasn't. I feel like there was also something with tanning somebody's skin, which no wonder we're all so fucked up, y'all. We were reading stories like this as 8-year-olds. I feel like there was a scarecrow story in there, and he moved, and of course there's Jeepers Creepers. So yeah, fuck yeah, scarecrows move when we are asleep. That's like prime time for scarecrow movement. Question number 4. What is your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse? These are like the hypothetical questions that I would ask Skeeter when I was gardening. That's part of the reason for this YouTube is I can't talk to him about this kind of stuff anymore. I'm so glad that you asked that. It would depend on the severity of the apocalypse and whether or not certain resources were in hot demand. Everyday life how it is right now, which I get is pretty fucked up and pretty crazy, but let's just say, for example, normal everyday life, but there just happened to be zombies roaming around, and we just like took care of them like we take care of deer or whatever. My weapon of choice, a gun, fuck, obviously. Fun options, my top choice would be an edger. A gas-powered edger. If gas is in short supply, I'm not gonna really want to waste it on killing zombies with my edger. I want to drive my car. So in that case, I would go for industrial strength knitting needles because I always kind of thought it would be if I was in a movie and I had to stab somebody, I would want to do it with a knitting needle. I just, whatever. But then again, how well would they hold up? They might bend if you had wooden ones. You could also kill vampires with wooden ones. They would probably break after a while. You'd have to keep making new ones. Maybe you don't have one laying around right now. So, therefore, my final answer on my weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse would be a machete. You cannot go wrong with a machete. And I did used to have the nickname Betty Blade. If you know, you know. So that would be like homage to that, like 20 years ago, Becky. So yeah, machete. Because you can keep on sharpening them, and they're pretty sturdy. They still give you distance in between you and the zombie. It's another multi-purpose tool that you can use for other shit. Doesn't matter if it's everyday life, normal right now, or if it's all out survival of the fittest. Either situation, a machete would be appropriate. Question 5. What really happened to JFK? Oh, this is from some fucking boomer that got on my channel somehow. Yeah. What really happened to him, boomer? I don't know. He got shot and he died. He was assassinated. All kidding aside, my homie, we pretend to be boomers on the internet. Confession, when I'm gardening, it makes me laugh to get on this Facebook group that other people like me get on. It's called a Facebook group where we pretend to be boomers, and we just pretend to be boomers, and we have alter egos as these boomers. So one of those boomers somehow found their way to my channel, and yeah. And I told you we're not discussing politics here, okay? So stop asking about JFK, boomer. Question 6 or 5, not sure. I'm gonna go with 6. If you could teleport to any year, what year would it be? I legit don't even know how to begin to answer that question. There's so many things to consider. Are you allowed to change things? Are you allowed to just experience it again? Are you allowed to just kind of like look? Like, are you an active part in the year? Or are we just like snapping our fingers and this version of us is in another year? I'm overthinking this fucking hypothetical question. But hey, that's me. I overthink everything. I'm just gonna go with if I could snap my fingers and be in any year and I'm just like experiencing it again, I'm gonna have to say a super boring answer like 2022 or 2023 because those were some of the best days of my life and they were some of the last days of that life as I knew it and with Chris, and I would say 2024, but that's the year I had to say goodbye, so not that one. If we're answering it like fun or historical wise, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to just go to a fucking Ramones concert back in New York City in the 70s. CBGB. That's where I need to go. I would somehow arrange it so that my mom would be at that concert with me. Obviously, neither one of us would know who the other one was, but yeah, that would be rad as fuck. Question 7. Do you think trees talk to each other more than humans do? More than humans? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think they ever stopped communicating, so probably. Yeah, my answer is going to be yes. I think that they do talk to each other more than humans, and I think it's because they never stop communicating. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like talking as we think of it. It's like energy and stuff like that. I know that's super woo woo hippy dippy bullshit, as Chris would say. That's what I think. I think that plants and animals, for sure, there's a separate energy level that we are just not on that plane. We're not in tune to that frequency. And I think some people can tune into those frequencies. And as much as Chris would tell me I'm a hippie for it, he was one of those people. Very high vibrational energy person. And he was like a fucking animal whisperer. Animals loved him. He used to do dove calls back and forth with the doves outside. He could tune into animals and how they talk. All that to say, yeah, I think trees talk to each other more than humans do. Question number 8. Why do fools fall in love? I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you. But I don't have an answer for that one. I don't fucking know. Question number 9. What is your go-to gas station or road trip snacks? When I was a kid, my top 3, Mountain Dew, Slim Jim, Middlesworth chips. Every once in a while, I will still get that. But if I'm going on a road trip, I'm gonna get a water because I'm a boring adult. And I'm also gonna get a fun drink because I like to have multiple drink options. Agua frescas, I love those drinks. Or those Arizona strawberry lemonade iced teas in the cans. Those are pretty good. Or, like the classic cherry Coke. So a water and a fun drink, a pickled egg if I'm in Pennsylvania, a pickled red beet egg, possibly a soft pretzel. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in, too. A pickled egg, some sort of meat snack, like a Slim Jim or a meat stick, and then usually a fruit cup, or again, it's boring stuff now that I'm an adult. I try to be healthier. Trail mix or nut. One road trip essential is Twizzlers, the OG, just strawberry red licorice Twizzlers. When I'm on a road trip or a vacation, that is my go-to thing that I want, and I have no idea why. Vividly remember in high school all of our class trips and shit like that, I'd always have fucking licorice. I don't know. And it's apparently emotional support licorice. Shout out to my sis Chandra. She knows what I'm fucking talking about with the emotional support licorice. That's probably why I feel like every road trip needs licorice. All right, I think this is question number 10. I don't know, but if it isn't, sorry. If you were a wizard with magical powers, what would be your first spell? Oh, my very first spell, I think, would be to clean my house. That is the one thing I wish that I could just wave a wand and just have all the little brooms and stuff like clean up, like in the Fantasia movie. Yeah, it would be Fantasia up in this bitch because yeah, who would not want their house just magically cleaned? I mean, if you enjoy cleaning, then sure, you might not want to do that. But for me, I'd be getting my house cleaned. Thanks, y'all, for submitting your questions and keep on asking away. askbecky521@gmail.com, or if you want to remain anonymous, click the ngl link. You can text me, you can send me messages, slide up in my DMs. Until next time.